Hello, this is Artsy Wisdom. My name's Diane. Thank you for coming by. I love that you guys keep stopping by and like and subscribe and share and comment. I love all the thank yous and little hearts. I appreciate it so much. You have no idea. Today, I'm just going to do hopefully a shorter week ahead. And I'm going to get the energy of the week. Also, I would like to break it down into the moon signs. I'm going to describe the 4 moon phases that we're going through this week, the transits, Virgo, Libra, Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. And it's just the moon traveling through that sign in the atmosphere. And that moon placement in your chart will mean something different for everybody. But in general, that's the energy. So I'm going to describe for the next week what those moon phases are and how you may use them. And hopefully it helps and gives you some other tool in your toolbox. I'm also going to pull some cards and maybe do some predictions on this week in Trump's trial. I did Michael Cohen. I went into his energy the other day in my video. And I was going to extend that a little bit. I also wanted to look into the mood of this week. I know that sounds vague, but I have a sense that something is going to happen, and I don't know what that is. So I might pull some cards. In the middle of it, I might go into a meditation and come back, but you won't see any of that. So I can get a handle on it. There's something, and I can't put my finger on what's going on. We have wildfires already starting up here in Canada. Fort Nelson, Fort McMurray, up north, and yesterday where we are, there's a lake, and it's just, we woke up to smoke all over the lake. And today in the province of Alberta, where Edmonton is, it's bad. The smoke is thick because it blows all over. It doesn't stay in the area where the fires are. So they expected this season to be bad because we haven't had a ton of rain up here, although last week it rained quite a bit. But I don't know if that's affecting my mood but I do feel like something is going to happen. I'm going to look into that. Yeah. And if you guys have any other questions, please put them in the comment section. I try to get to them. And to be honest, sometimes the questions are something I don't have a feeling for, and I don't want to attempt it if I don't have the feeling for it. Like I can't get into that, not because of anything logical, but because psychically or energetically it feels distant. If that makes any sense. Sometimes it comes around and I'm ready, and sometimes it's not. But I like to do things that I feel I can touch is the word that I came up with. Touch, or it affects me in a way that I feel like I can share that with you. Okay, all right, let's get started. All right, we're going to start out with the phases of the moon. Today, the moon is in Cancer, Mother's Day. It's perfect because Cancer is the sign of mom, and it's a sign of home and love and nurturing. It ends tonight about midnight, or maybe 4 a.m, depending on where you live. And it will move into Leo. And the moon, like every 28 days, goes through its cycle. So tomorrow or tonight, early tomorrow morning, it moves into Leo. And for 2.5 days, let me check the timing. It goes till tomorrow early in the morning until 3 p.m. on Wednesday. So Monday to Wednesday. And moon in Leo is sometimes when you want to show off a little bit, you're more confident. You feel like you want to show yourself you might want to dress a little different. You might want to get your hair done. You might feel more dramatic or theatrical in a way. But you also might have the confidence to speak your mind. It could go to the point of hurting people's feelings. Not if that's not you, fine. I'm just saying that's the energy. Is if you're a meek person and it's hard for you to speak your truth, sometimes that's during when the moon's in Leo, it comes out because a Leo likes to have their needs met and they feel like they want to be the center of attention. Even if you're not a Leo, the moon in Leo, it's sort of, my needs are valid just as much as yours. So you speak your mind. And it's a really fun time too. Leos, they highlight children, play, creativity, risk-taking parties, romantic dinners, having fun, just pretending like it's a movie sort of thing. And that's the energy. So it's really nice if, Monday, Tuesday, and half a Wednesday, just get a feel if you notice any change in you or anything like that. Now, Wednesday, starting around, 3 or 4, the moon moves into Virgo until the 18th, which is Thursday, Friday. So till Friday, Virgo. And that's the time where you're going to attack the closet that you've left for a long time and you're done looking at it and you're ready to reorganize it. It tends to bring up a person's organizing, perfectionist skills, cleaning, nature. You're going to maybe now it's the time to plant your plants because Virgo's an earth sign and it's really great for doing those jobs, getting organized, doing the paperwork that you avoided, or even maybe being more thorough with it, looking at it more carefully and submitting something. It would be really good for you to use that energy if, you've been kind of hemming and hawing, procrastinating. Those are the days to take care of those jobs. It's also a good time for pets, spending time with your animals. I'm sure if you do that already, if you have pets, take them to the vet, or also daily tasks, just doing stuff like that. And it's really good for starting a new health regimen, eating green, clean, because Virgo rules nature, rules natural stuff. So you may find that is easy to do when moon is in Virgo. And then maybe you want to do something mentally stimulating like puzzles or some other kind of cerebral activity. That's also a Virgo thing, intellectual. All right. So early in the morning on the 18th, which like I said, Friday a.m. So all day Friday, Saturday, and into part of Sunday, the moon is in Libra. And this is another planet that's ruled by Venus. Taurus is too, but Venus is about prettying yourself up. So this is another time where you might find you want to be a little flirty. You want to get yourself prettied up. Maybe normally you don't put makeup on when you go to the grocery store, but maybe today you might feel like you want to do that. Or buy yourself some earrings, or beautify your home. Something that makes you feel emotionally satisfied. Libra is about aesthetically pleasing, calm, lovely things. So it's also about money because Venus rules money. So in case you want to show, maybe there's this one thing that's kind of expensive, but you think is so beautiful and it'll make your house shine, or even something that you could wear that it really something you've been putting off. It might be the time where you pull the trigger and say, okay, I deserve it. I'm going to get that, or that it's worth the money. It's such good quality that I want to have it in my home, or whatever that is. And those are the things that Libra moon kind of emphasizes. It's also a time of diplomacy. Libras tend to be very diplomatic, but if you push them, they get pissed, they get mad. So it's a relationship sign. So you might also find that you're spending some quality time with your loved one. It looks like it's on Friday and Saturday. So it looks like you'll be maybe doing something really nice and give you a nice connectedness with your partner, spouse, date, friends, whatever that is. So it's a really nice, even sensual time. It's really nice. And then the moon goes into Scorpio on Sunday, later on Sunday. And that's like when you want to go back into your bedroom and sit on the bed and watch Netflix all evening. It's protecting yourself. Scorpios tend to get a little nervous when they have to open up. Not all of them, but so they protect themselves quite a bit. And a lot of people, I'm one of those, I need to recharge. I can't just go exert myself nonstop. I have to have my contemplation time, my spiritual time, my alone time, and else. But Moon in Scorpio is a time to recharge, regenerate, go within a little bit. Maybe you don't necessarily have to watch Netflix. Maybe you want to go on a run, be alone outside, listen to the birds. That also kind of fulfills that. And it's a good time to share yourself, if you're willing to, those deep thoughts. You can, if you're willing to go inward and share those, it's a good time to do that too with the person you love that you trust. Okay, and that's Scorpio, and it goes into next week, but we will talk about that then. I decided I'll try that for the next few weeks, and you guys can tell me what you think. Now, the energies of this week, like I said, it feels weird. The wildfires are going. I guess they go pretty much almost year round here, even in the under the snow, under the ground sometimes, because they're just, it's so, the embers stay under there because it's so deep. And I wanted to see the energy of this week. I don't know if it's the protests, because that's not leaving us, those protests and those Palestinian protests on campuses. I do think, and I've said this before, they're going to grow out of campuses more and more. And they'll be in cities and towns. That's going to continue to grow. And I think that's going to happen this summer more and more, unless something happens in Israel and Gaza where they have a ceasefire or stop. But I do see that that is this summer, but I don't know if that's this week. Although there might still be some campus graduations that might have a flare up. Maybe that's what I'm getting to. All right, I went into a slight meditation to see what the thing was, and I asked if it was politics or I first saw, was there an attack on us terrorist-wise? And then I pulled the Four of Pentacles, which is about being miserly, Queen of Swords, looking out, and the Two of Pentacles, which tells me, no, it's far away. Something is far away. If you can see her, she's looking out into the distance. So whatever this is not, and it's not the wildfires. I checked in with that. It's not the wildfires. Not that they're ending that right away, but it's not that. I did pull a bunch of cards on Mr. Cohen, and I want you to see this. Does that look like him or what? If you had to put his face, I almost feel like that looks like him. And he's got the Nine of Pentacles. He feels alone. He feels trapped, and he's going to move on. I've said that in the Trump trial when he testifies, or especially now. I remember I said the moon is going to go in Leo early tomorrow morning and Monday morning, and he's going to be on the stand, and I think it's going to make him even more dramatic, even more emotional, even more, he did this to me, I did nothing except help him, kind of thing. And it's going to be, if this doesn't trigger Trump into doing something counterintuitive or hurting himself, I don't know if he will after that, because he's going to be very upset about this. But Cohen's going to move on. It's going to be the end of it. There'll be a big flash, like it was this week with Stormy Daniels, and then he's going to move on. And I almost feel like he's going to be sad in a way, because this has been his life for the last, whatever it's been, 5, 6 years. And it's his identity, and he's such an extreme person. What do you feel with that? He sort of has an addictive personality, I think. I don't know if his father or family of origin had any issues, but that's the kind of vibe I get. Him melting caramel chocolate. He's gonna have to adjust. There's gonna be a grieving process, believe it or not, for him after this. And then I asked about the government, and It seems like it might be something like that. And it may be the Supreme Court came to mind. They might have an opinion released this week or something that's not popular. More than likely, though, the energy, I feel like the doomy kind of bad feeling is energy in the streets, like part protesting, part like the energy's up, the anger about lots of uncontrollable things people are frustrated about. Right now in society, I don't think we have, it's not, we believe what we read. I'm included in that. I believe what I read on certain things, and I have to research to find out if that's accurate. And it's hard to just live in your lane not by yourself, but in your home, in your life, not get distracted by the fear and the crazy that comes at you all the time. So I do feel like some of that energy is being fueled with a blowtorch, and it's creating this energy of it's the only way to take control kind of thing. And I do feel some of that, there's people who want to kill a lot of specific races because they feel like they're the problem. And I feel like that's part of that energy. So maybe nothing specific will happen, but I do feel like the energy is in the air, unfortunately. It's kind of a downer, but that's the feeling I get. I feel as if we're safe. Generally, I feel like we're safe. It's just the mood is whack-a-doodle. So let's think of something positive that might happen this week. Something positive. See a bird out there talking to me. Something positive. I heard there's more focus on climate change, even though it seems like nothing's changing. They told me to say, I'm going to just channel for a little bit. Told me to say there's more focus on climate change. There is actively people or even companies that are working to adjust their output in the world to mitigate their impact on climate. Let's see, what else do you want me to tell them? All is well. That's my channel's motto. The energy is really high. The feeling they're telling me is that you'll get through this. It's just peaking. It's like the energy's peaking right now, and it's very volatile. So it just needs a little match, and it goes poof. Elevate your energy. Elevate what you're doing. Eliminate the negative news. Eliminate being confronted by the crazy and the fear, because the fear and the hate is what raises that elevation. Because when you think about living in your life, you can control only so much, but you can control how you live your day-to-day, who you interact with, and generally nothing bad's happening to you. And so if you're living in that place, it's hard to see. It's easier to feel that we're going to get through this. Instead of getting in the anxious head, get into your body, get into your heart, say, I'm well, I have food in the refrigerator, I have a job, might not pay enough, but I have this, my kids are healthy, everything is okay. So stay in that place and don't get sucked in. What else? I saw something in my meditation where there's this thing going off, like if you had a road or a sidewalk, it was almost like when you shoot something to the side, like a staple or a metal L-shaped bracket goes boom, and it's going down the road like it's shooting off. It's cleaning, almost like sweeping, but shooting these metal barbs, but they're not barbs. They're just a metal L shape, and it's going to the left. And I couldn't quite figure out what that was. And I feel like that's contributing to this anxiety. So then I thought of the Supreme Court and maybe some rulings they're handing down, or some other sort of decisions that, I mean, I hate to think about the immunity thing, but maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe those are the justices. I do see a giant orange ball, which is creativity and power and love. That's the energy of Leo and abundance, and that's the feeling I get. And that's always wonderful and creative and strong. It almost makes me feel like whatever this thing is, the orange ball is still there. It can't be destroyed. It's the energy of the highest realms of the God spirit of love that we all come from. So that's there too. So it's like it's balancing. So that's really positive, and we'll get through this. It's just, I think the media and the tools, communication tools we have in the world are really affecting us in a negative way. They're a really positive thing, but it's affecting us in a really negative way. So, I don't know. That was my week ahead, and is stay in the light, stay positive, avoid negative, fear-based media, and question the resource, question things, and live in your day-to-day world, because it's fine there. It's good. It's beautiful. Just that way, if things are happening in other parts of the world, you know that you're doing your part by staying positive and elevating your vibration in the belief that we're going to get through this. All right. Let's have a good week. Take care, everybody. Till next time.